good on you, boys and girls? Thanks for tuning into the show. I love you. I appreciate you. Heart bubbles to all of you. Today's episode is going to be whining into winning. One thing that I cannot stand, I don't support, and it's worse. For me, it's worse than nails on a chalkboard. You always hear when people talk about putting nails on a chalkboard and they're like, oh, I can't take it. That's what whining does for me. Complaining, whining, I don't like it. I'm one of these people where I truly do want the solution. And sometimes, listen, we all get wrapped up in it. Sometimes it's very easy to get sucked into. But if you really lay it down, why worry about something you have no control over? It's tough sometimes, but if you do it enough and if you apply this enough into your life, it becomes easier. Like, in other words, immediately, a lot of people heard me talk about like focusing on the solution. Immediately, when something arises, something happens, something you're not happy with, you should immediately go into solution mode. Don't keep calling attention to the problem and making the problem bigger. It's going to stress you out, especially if it's something you can't control. And if it's something you can control, definitely don't spend much time on it, other than solving it, taking care of it, making sure it doesn't happen again. What can you learn from it? Ask yourself better questions, apply yourself, and start producing better results. I have a perfect example of this. I created a game in my house. It's between the dining room and the kitchen. There's a beam in my house. And I created a game called Beam Ball, B-E-A-M. A lot of people may have heard me talk about it before. And it's a cool game. It's a fun game. What you do is you take a ball about a yay size, and one person stands on one side of the beam, another person stands on another side of the beam. And you throw the ball, and it has to bounce off the beam and go to the other side. 1 point. Now, if the person on the other side does not catch the ball, 2 points. So if you hit, now it's very hard. The beam's very narrow, and oftentimes, most of the time, you never hit the beam, so there's no points exchange. But if someone throws the ball, it hits the beam, bounces to your side. If you do not catch it, that person gets 2 points. If you catch it, they automatically get 1 point. The score goes up to 12. Whoever gets 12 points first wins the game. It's a fun game. Now, my daughter loves this game, and she likes to play it with me on a regular basis. One thing she does, though, is she whines during it because I beat her every single time. Now, I probably should beat her. I'm older than her. I'm good at this. I'm very accurate on certain types of things. One thing I will not do, though, and I talk to my daughter about this all the time, I said, I'm not going to let you win. I refuse to let you win because that's going to be doing a disservice. So I won't let her win. I refuse to let her win. But I can tell you right now, her skill level is improving. She's getting better. I used to get like 12 points and she'd have 0. Now, oftentimes it's like 12 to 5. See what I mean? 12 to 6, 12 to 8. She's getting closer and she's getting better. I would be doing a disservice if I just let her win. She would never improve. She would never get better. So oftentimes I use these things as like a self-improvement type talk. I'll see her getting frustrated. Dad, you always win. And I'll say, that's right. And she'll say things like, I'm never going to win. I go, not with that attitude. I want you to beat me because you beat me, because you've gotten better at it, because you practice. And I'll often tell her, my daughter's very much into like cheer, gymnastics type of thing. She's awesome at it. In fact, you're just doing cartwheels and flips and all this stuff. I remember when she first started doing cartwheels several years ago, she was terrible at it. She couldn't do it and she would get frustrated. And I said, you got to keep practicing. Now she's a master at it. Same thing when it comes to beam ball. I tell her, if I just let you win, you're never going to improve. Now think back to like when you were starting to do cartwheels. You were terrible, but you practice, and now you're a master at it. You're doing really good at it. So I encourage her all the time. Don't get frustrated. And I say this to her all the time. That's how I got the idea for the show. I say, turn your whining into winning. So don't whine about it. Beat me. Just do it. You will get there eventually. There will be a day. Like my daughter has beat my wife. Now, most of the time, my wife beats my daughter. There will be a day where my daughter beats me, and I will be so proud of her. Every time, oftentimes when I score a point, she gets mad, she gets frustrated. And I tell her, look at the difference. When you make a point, I celebrate you. I'm excited for you. I'm happy for you. When I get a point, you get mad at me. So you also have to be a good sportsman. You have to have a good attitude about it. You can't be miserable and mad. We're having fun. We're spending daddy-daughter time. You're getting better. Continue to improve. I would be doing you a tremendous disservice if I just let you win. And this goes for so many things in life. Practice, work at it, get better. Don't just get frustrated and give up because right now you're not doing a good job. That applies to most things. Think about it. There was a time where you couldn't ride a bike. Now you can ride a bike. You practice. There was times you couldn't tie your shoe, but you kept working at it. You can now tie your shoe. You don't have to think about it. It's effortless. Getting dressed in the morning. There's a time you had to think about it. Which way the arm goes in here, and then you're trying to put your head through the armhole and it doesn't fit. You got better at it. See, everything comes with that. So turn your whining into winning. Don't be one of these people that just complain, and bring more power to the problem. Be the type of person that you're going to commit yourself to excellence. You're going to commit yourself to getting better. All the time, in everything, in every area of your life. Get better, be better, do better, but get stronger, get smarter. Outwork the people that are doing the same thing you are, and you will get better. With that, my friends, thank you so much for tuning in. Share the show, text it out to a friend, share it to your social media. I'm also on Rumble. With Rumble, it's all one word, The Scott Ford Show, all one word, The Scott Ford Show on Rumble. Follow me there, follow me here, follow me. And with that, enjoy your life.
Daddy, Daddy, you're so awesome. Daddy, Daddy, you're so cool.